Hey guys, welcome back to Exit 45. In this video, we're going to put that headliner in, and I'm not looking forward to it, but got to get done, so let's get after it, all right? Hey Dad, you ready?
Yep, ready to go.
All right. Here's the strips that he cut down for me. So we're just going to take these in there, measure them out as best we can, mark them, and then he's going to bring them back with him, and he'll use the drill press and whatnot to cut and drill these so they'll be ready to go for next week.
You really need a drill press here.
Well, having the money to get that is one thing.
Yeah, well.
So I'm just going to mark to length. I'm going to mark it as A, and then I'll mark in the car A, so I know which way that one goes. And then I'll bring this over to Dad, and then he gets to cut it. There's one. Okay, and then I just need to take and bend those up so that they're straight out. All right, and there you have it. That's the top passenger side is now all bent out, and we've marked it with an A. I know where that piece will go now. I'm going to work my way around this thing and do the exact same thing to all of them, and then when we're done, we'll start putting them in. All right, let's see if we can get this. Okay, we'll do that 2 more times. All right, how about that? We got the insulation up. front and the back. Red, no color, green, green, green. One of the things that you have to do on these headliners when you get them is where this bow starts to bow down, you're going to have to cut here so that it can come out of this, whatever that is. I don't sew. So we'll just cut this. And if you can see here, we're sitting here on center. This is the center, and we marked our centers as well. And then all we're going to do is on either side, I will cut right here where it starts to bend down. There we go. That should be all we need, I think, to get that out of there. I don't want to, yeah. So let me go get the other side, and then I'll do the rest of them.
See what you do.
All right, guys. We don't want to forget that we have to put the headliner bow spacers in. I'll go ahead and get them installed, and I'll show you where they go so you know. All right. All right, guys. So we're hitting a big snag on this headliner, and here's what I've got. So you can see here. I know it's hard to see the light shadowing it. Let me get this up here. All right, so you can see these holes. They're spaced 9.5 inches from each other. Okay. The back ones seem to be working fine. You can see I've got this one in the back. I tightens up nicely. But if you measure from here to here on the headliner, it's an inch wider on every panel. So progressively, the bow wants to go here, it wants to go here, and it wants to go up here. And it keeps getting an inch bigger as we go down the car. So I got to go custom on this. So I'm going rogue. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to drill the holes where I need to get this right. I can't understand. I never understood. I mean, most of the cars, I've seen the bows slide up inside this opening here. But if you can't do that with these, if you put these in there, then the bows have to be flat on their side instead of turned up and up against the top there. And then they're spongy and they want to hang. They only work well when they're in here. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make this work. I can't use the holes that are provided. I only can think that they did something wrong in this, or I got a different model. I don't know. I really have no idea. But they are all 1 inch too long, each panel. And I don't really start to have a problem until I get to these last 3 green bows. Every one of those is off. The back 2 bows are fine because they're taller. You got a longer bend. And so when you put it in, that thing sways a little bit, and I can make up, between the 2 large bows, I can make up that inch difference, and it works. It's when you get to these smaller ones, their bow on them here is really shallow, and you just can't make it up. So we're going to drill some holes, and we're going to fix it, right? All right, so we are back, and it's been, most of the day of a lot of frustration, guys. This has been a nightmare, but you're going to see right here, there's your place where it should go. This is where we ended up having to go. There's your next one. And then there's where we ended up going. There was no way around that other than ordering another headliner and hope that it's correct. Now, I don't know, you guys out there that know the Thunderbirds better than I do, I don't know if different models or different years have different spacing between these the bows. So to make these work in here, we did a lot of playing around. These bows come down and then they hook back up, and that hooks right in on these holes here. But we couldn't do that on here because the distance now between this bow and the one on the other side is now shorter. So you couldn't get the bow to bow up anymore. It was too much. It was too tight. So you can see we did some welding to put a stop there so it wouldn't punch through the hole. We had to do that on both sides. And then we had to play with the length. We ended up having to weld and extend the length. And we finally got to a place where these are all holding up here now and they're nice and tight. So I think we're okay. So we're going to go ahead and put the bows back in here and give it a try. what we're working to try and do here to fix the problem with these bows wanting to flop down because they don't lock anymore in here is we created this channel that this bow, once we get it in here, will go up into that channel and that will lock it from flopping. So that's the purpose of what we're trying to do here. And there you can see we've created another channel to lock that bow in from being able to flop back and forth. It's just what we have to do. I don't know any other way to make this headliner work. All right, so you can see we're gonna work this front, and then we're gonna go to the back side, and we're gonna pull that, and then we're gonna do that, and then we'll work the sides. Okay, so now we're just gonna take this back piece and pull it until we get to the and tighten it up however much we want, and staple it to our wood back here. So don't want to pull it too tight. You don't want to pull one side or the other, just straight back. And just get it nice and tight. All these little wrinkles you see here will pull out when we pull to the sides. All right, guys, so I'm back here working on this sail panel where the courtesy light and the speaker is going to go. And so before I get too crazy with this, I'm going to take where my light goes right there, and I'm just going to mark it up here so I know where the center of that hole is. And then I can reference that later when I go to cut my opening. And I'll do the same for where the speaker goes. All right, so I just wanted to show you that. This is a hard project to bring you guys in and show you everything in real time. So I'll bring you in and kind of give you the highlights as I'm going. We got this tacked around. You can see the mark right there and right there for the speaker and the light. And we've got some of it tacked up along here. The back's all in, and the front's all in as well. So we're going to work our way to the front on this side, and then we'll get the other side behind me. And then we'll start getting the speaker and the lights in, and then that's going to put some more tension, and hopefully that's going to remove some of those wrinkles in there. I didn't want it to get too tight because once I put the light and the speaker in, it's going to push and pull that even tighter. And I'm sure once I do that, I'll have to pull some staples and rearrange a few things. But for the most part, the wrinkles are coming out and it's not looking too bad. So I know it's hard for you guys to see. It's wrinkly over on this side. We haven't got it yet, but you can see how we're tightening up over on this side. So it looks like we got some wrinkles there that we're going to have to deal with. But we'll deal with that tomorrow. We're done for the day. All right. Okay, so I think before I go any further here, I would like to get my holes cut out here for the courtesy light and the speaker. I'd just like to see how that all reacts, how the headliner reacts in this area once I put those in, and see if I have to make any adjustments around the stapling edge. I don't have any clue. I've not done a headliner like this type before. So, and then before I do this side, I at least have an idea of what I'm needing to do. So, all right, let's start with the courtesy light, and then we'll work to the speaker. All right, so the first step that I took was to cut this back a little bit. You can just see little flops there. It was a little tricky because the seam's right here because I moved my light over a little bit to make room for the speaker. And I pulled the wires through. So I'm going to go get the light now and just see if I've got it cut back enough. You just got to be careful not to cut bigger than the opening that it's going into. That's the main thing. So let me go grab the light, plug it in, and then see if I can't get it to install and see what it does to the rest of this. So I don't have this very tight because I'm pretty sure that once I do this, it's going to pull tight. And then once it does, see how it's pulling that a little bit different. I may have to come in here and adjust my tension and the way I'm pulling on the outside. So let's get that. All right, so I've got it in, but I haven't locked it in yet. I just got it. You kind of see what I'm seeing here, and I don't particularly like the way the foam is cut a little wider because I didn't want it so tight. But now it looks to me like now when you press it in, you're going to see that where that foam stops. So I may have to pull this back out and just fill that foam in just a little bit better, a little tighter to this. That should work a little better. So let me see what I can do there. And it looks, yeah, it looks mostly like it's this area right here. Looks all right through here. It's just right in there. So let me see what I can do there. So everything's going to be okay here. I just am having a hard time getting that to lock in. It takes a lot of pressure apparently to try and get that to lock in place. They were hard to get off of that metal bracket back there. So I was hoping they wouldn't be quite so hard getting off. They're really, really, really tight and don't want to go in. But I'll get it. I'm just going to take a little break from this. I'm going to go ahead and get the speaker opening cut out. Get the speaker in here. Do some test mounting and see what I got there. All right, there you go. You can see I got the hole cut out. I didn't go beyond the opening of that metal in there. So we'll see how everything plays out. But all right, and there's my cable. I'll go get the speaker and the grill, and we'll do some temporary mounting and checking that out. All right, just a quick update. So speaker's installed. Light, I don't know if it's fully locked in. See, it doesn't feel like it is. It's locked in down here. I can't get it to lock in up here for some reason. So I'll keep working on that. But looks good. But I mean, it needs some pulling. I'm going to have to work on this, maybe a little bit of heat and, re-pull this a little bit. And we'll work on getting all that out of there. But some of this, you can see here, once that trim goes in, it's going to pull all that. So there's a lot of stuff yet that's got to happen that's not happened. That'll straighten all this out. So, yep. Anyways, looks good. We'll I'll finish getting that snapped in. I think this is in good shape here. I'll have to test the radio, turn it on, and make sure that stayed plugged in while I was messing with it. It looks good. I'm getting there. So we got all this done along here. Front and back's done. So I just need to work my way that way, kind of get that wrapped out, and then we'll get the other half done. But top's looking pretty good. Just needs that final stretching on this side. Okay, guys, I'll bring it back in later. All right, you can see all these tabs all the way around. These are not being very fun to pop back into the car. So I'm trying to see if this will help me. We're just taking and squeezing and seeing if I can get a little bit of, because it's entirely too tight. These were very difficult to get off the car. So if I can relieve a little bit of that pressure, and that would be fine with me. You can see I'm just squeezing them. They're really just snapping back is what it feels like. It doesn't feel like they're staying bent. I guess I should try to look real careful, make sure none of these are bent wrong or damaged. They all look good to me. So not sure why it's not popping in, but it is really hard to get in. All right, so bending it didn't do a thing. They just sprung back, and but I did figure out how to get these to go in. It's easier than I thought. What you have to do is you have to start it, like get one side of it started, kind of get it in, and then you got to just work your way around it until you'll hear it kind of popping in as you go. Took a lot less pressure than me trying to get it all lined up and then push straight in. It just wouldn't do it. But if I worked my way, got one side in, and I just kind of held pressure to keep that from coming out, and then just worked my way around it. It just slowly popped itself in there. So hopefully it helps some of you who are going to do this someday in the future. All right, I'm going to get the other side. Hey guys, it's been a freaking battle on this thing, but we are ready to start putting some trim on to see if it'll take out the last few bits of wrinkles. But for the most part, it's coming out pretty good. You can hear the speakers are working. Anyway, I just wanted to bring you in and give you this look. We've got the headliner pretty much installed. That's my friend from Georgia, Lyle Rickards, playing there. I figured YouTube can't hit me for a copyright issue with this one. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you that. We're going to go ahead and start trimming out this back and see how that works with pulling out just a few of the wrinkles that have gotten in it that we're still kind of working on. All right. All right, guys, we've wrapped up the headliner, and it really did come out good. You know, I was really counting on the trim when I put it in back here to pull that last bit. It looks like it did. There's a couple of small little ripples in here. We're going to try and work with the heat gun, maybe try to get it out, you know, try a few different things. But they're very minor. You can see like right above that speaker, but we don't have any of this trim on yet. So I don't want to do anything until we've got it trimmed out and I can see where we're at. But I went ahead and got the package tray in. It's just temporarily put in. I just wanted to see what it was going to look like, you know, and how much were these going to pull that tighter. And they did a nice job of pulling that nice and tight on both sides. There's a little bit of extra fabric right there. I'm going to cut that off on both sides, but looks really good. You can see right there's a bit of a wrinkle, but yeah, we got trim that needs to go on, and that'll tighten all that up. And the front is all ready. We got to get our trim in, all of that. Looks good, guys. I mean, we fought this thing for days, weeks actually, and you know, it was a real challenge, given that we had the wrong stuff. So, all right, guys. Well, I think this is where we're going to wrap this one up. Been a long time. I've been working on that headliner for close to 3 weeks. You know, not 100% of my 3 weeks has been on that, but a large percentage of it. It's been frustrating. Basically, the biggest problem that we had was the headliner when it came in just clearly wasn't built right, or it just wasn't the right one. And then that just cascaded all of the different problems that we had run into throughout this entire process. The bows not in the right place, having to create places to put the bows. Then the bows don't fit right because that's not where they're supposed to go. Fix that. And then it's just on and on. It was a kind of a nightmare, guys. I'm glad it's done. As you saw, it looks really good. We got a little bit of trim yet to go to see if that'll pull out some of the last bit of wrinkles. If they don't, we'll go back in and get them. It's kind of a thing. I don't like headliners with wrinkles as much as possible. All things considering, though, where this thing's at right now, I'm pretty happy with where it's at considering what we went through. That's all we got, guys, on this. I appreciate you guys watching. It's been a lot of agony, but a lot of fun at the same time. I'm glad it's over because it's getting warm out now, and I hate being in that car, like trying to do the interior stuff with it so warm. So I'm really pushing to try and get this interior done so I don't have to deal with that as it gets more into the 90s and 90, upper 90s, which is on its way. So I appreciate everybody. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. And until then, get out on your project. All right. Don't let them sit. I'll see you guys then.